Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Reality Is, where words do come to life. Look, so Cook County Jail has this new thing, JailATM, where you can go in, you can pick different packages, protein pack, a meal pack, whatever it may be. Now, on the thing, it says, showing the inmates that you care. Well, nobody never said or informed anybody on the website that there was a limit to what you can send. Now, if the family members are spending their money, why would you limit one meal pack per week? That doesn't make sense to me, especially when you all have a commissary that's dog food and you're serving human beings slop, and you know you're serving them slop. So is this your way of trying to uh, make it better or make somebody be quiet about the food that's being served to inmates? This is your way of trying to quiet the conversation? Well, it doesn't work, because if I have a family member in there and you tell me I can take my money and send them a more healthier pack, which you all are upcharged anyway, because what's in the pack is granola bars. So you're charging $40 for this pack for granola bars that cost $5. You put chicken breast in there. You put a can of tuna. A can of tuna. What do a can of tuna run? $1 and something. And so that's not even a good $20. So are you charging because you packaging it up? That's what you're doing. So you upcharging. So let's break this down. So you have meal ATM. You're charging $35 to $40 for what's in the package. They only can get one pack a week. You have to order the pack on a certain day before midnight, and then they'll get it a day after, right? So now that's another income for the state. Um, Now, if you put money on their books, uh, if you put it on the machine, I think it's $2. I believe it depends on how much money you put on there, is how much money they charge you. But if you do it online, it's much more money to put money on their books online. Now, if you're using the phone system, that means you have to put money on the card in order for them to call you. The minutes are eaten up quickly, even though you put the money on the card. That means that you are probably charging maybe 80 cents a minute for $20. So that don't last that long. So add up those $20. They keep adding up. So we got the meal plan, it's $40. We got money on the books with the fees for putting the money on the books. Then if you do it online, that's extra fees for doing online. And then if they call you, that's money that you're eating up. Now let's go to the bigger bill. Let's go to the attorney. If you're doing a private attorney, that's about $3.50 an hour, right? Court costs, fees, processing paperwork, and all this stuff, right? And then you got a price tag on each inmate's head, correct? Because they're in your institution. So the facility or the government or the elected officials think that because you are housing them, that you have the God-given right to put insurance policies on each one of their heads. All right. Now take all that money. You got a retainer fee for an attorney, $5,000. You paying $350. I'm lowballing it an hour for an attorney. So you say you talk to the attorney for 3 hours. You calculate 3, 6, 9, 10, 12, 12, 13.50 for 3 hours. That's $1,350. That's a car note. That's a light bill. That's a gas bill. That's a cell phone bill. That's groceries. And in some places it's rent. In some places it's mortgage. So now, because I want you all to understand what you're doing to our people. So now, say it's a two-parent household and the one parent is locked up and the other parent is left at home with kids that has to be fed, with a household that has to be ran. with money. Now, if I only work one job and say I make $25 an hour, and that's not a lot of money neither, because after the uncles hit, Uncle Sam, Uncle Security, Uncle State, Uncle FICA hit it, that ain't really no money. So now you got the family member that's locked up. Then you got the spouse or the mother, the sister, the auntie, whatever, that's holding down the household. Now they still have to pay a car note, car insurance. They have to pay rent. And then they still have to pay, if they own house, they have to pay mortgage. They have to pay their taxes twice a year. They have water bill. And now the city has become slick, and now they have to pay a garbage bill. And the garbage bill is contingent on the type of building it is. So if it's a 4 units, a 2 unit, 2 flat, whatever it may be, that's how you pay your garbage. Now, you still have kids to clothe and feed. They have um, activities they are part of. You have groceries, you have a cell phone bill, you have life insurance policies to pay. And y'all hold these individuals for what? Why? You stall the process, because I want you all to understand truly where I'm coming from, because y'all don't give a damn about how you are handicapping households. And some of your information you already got. You don't need anymore. You got the full story. You know how it started, how it began, and you know how it ended. But you are destined and determined to stall the process. You have let out criminals that are repeat offenders, got out, repeated the crime, and end right back up in there again. Now, here's the other part to this conversation. You all have a point system, right? And in your point system, it determines the competency of the individual, right? And it determines whether they would commit the crime again or not. But point systems don't verify jack. People dressed with suit ties and red bottom shoes is crazy as hell. So that point system don't mean a hill of beans, nothing whatsoever. And then, like the guy who came up and got caught in the hotel with all the assault rifles, went to court before a judge because he was a white man. $10,000 was his bond. Now, clearly, the list of weapons that he had is not defined in the state of Illinois. We're not a hunting state. So why did he get to go before a judge and then get a $10,000 bond, which means he only had to pay $1,000, get out, and then go propose to a woman? Black folks don't have those privileges, none whatsoever. Y'all don't care about the background. You don't care about their character. You don't care about who they are as a person, because when we are locked up, we're already labeled as a criminal. We're already labeled as menace to society. We're already labeled as no good. We've been stereotyped for 400 years. This ain't nothing new. But what is new to me is the ones who stand before us faithfully and say all the time, we understand the conditions in Cook County Jail. We understand the conditions in Statesville. We understand the conditions in the jails across this land and country. We understand the conditions. We understand. We understand there are racial disparities. We understand. We understand there's gentrification. We understand this. We understand that statistics said that 90% of the ones that are locked up in our prisons across this land and country are Black and brown individuals. We understand that. We also understand, per the state's attorney's data, that 50% of those individuals are innocent. So I don't understand why they still sitting in jail. I don't understand why you all are stalling the process. I don't understand how judges can sit on the bench and say, I have not read any of the statements. I have no knowledge of what transpired in this situation, but I can put a label on you without knowing what happened. I can say that you're guilty without knowing what happened. I can say that I can hold you without knowing what happened. I can say that. So, and to me, you all are just big of liars as anybody else. So why should we trust you? You're not under the oath of office. You're not being fair. The scales of justice is so unbalanced. It's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. And until we see some difference, like I say, I will keep making these videos. And us as a race of people, we have to stick together. We stick up for everybody else except for our own. And this is ridiculous. I was a part of the Chief Justice Office, and when I tell you the meetings I went to, and Darius was telling me how, we're making a change, I have yet to see that change. Every time I turn around, there's another stalling tactic. And all you are doing is trying to break those individuals. As I've said many times before, you're destroying the families and you are bankrupting them. They're struggling to survive, and you all don't care. You don't care. You're stalling the process for what? Mothers are putting in information. People are dying, waiting on their loved ones to come home. What is the holdup? Good individuals are sitting inside your jails. And I'll go back to when they see us, those 5 individuals, the state's attorney, the judge, the police, everybody involved knew those boys was innocent. And y'all destroyed their lives and you stole it. You stole it like you're still stealing people's lives today. And then you want to justify what you're doing. And there is no justification in that. But I can promise you one thing. God sees and he knows all. There's a reckoning day for every judge. There's a reckoning day for the state's attorney. There's a reckoning day for our mayor, our governor. There's a reckoning day for our state representative. There's a reckoning day for our congressmen. There's a reckoning day for our senators. There's a reckoning day for our commissioners. There's a reckoning day for Tom Dart. There's a reckoning day for Cook County Board President. There's a reckoning day. Understand when I say there's a reckoning day for Chief Judge Timothy Evans, because you all know how crooked this system is. You know how unfair it is, and you know the truth is the truth, but you don't want to stand on that. Again, like I said before, you would do favors for your friends. You'll make sure they go home. They don't sit in there long periods of time. And then you got individuals in there that are not no trouble at all. And people know that they're not. They know who they are. They know their character. They know what type of person those individuals are. And again, I'm going to wrap this up with this. Conceal and carry don't mean a hill of beans in the state of Illinois. Not whatsoever. You have a right to defend yourself. You do. I don't care what you got on. Shoot at me, I'm shooting back. My life is as important as anybody else's. That's all I'm saying. But we don't see it that way. We don't see it. We see what we want to see. And then we justify what we see. And our state's attorneys stand before these judges and say, Your Honor, we're waiting on discovery. Your Honor, we're waiting on discovery. We want to continue this case to hear. How long can you continue? It's 3 years now. You've been still continue. You ain't got enough evidence yet. Again, you find what you want to find. You see what you want to see. You know what you want to know. And you already know who innocent and who guilty. You know this. You got all the evidence you need. The story has been clear a long time ago. And Kim Fox, I hold you accountable. So before you bring your little narrow ass before anybody's camera and talk about what you will or will not do, you better clean up your household. That's your unit, your state's attorney office, and get it together. Nobody should sit just to sit. Not at all. And it's time to let them go home. You done stalled long enough. 3 years. Too long for anybody to sit. That y'all got to figure out who doing what. Again, I go back. You find out what you want to find out. When you want to find out, how you want to find it out. That's all I'm saying. Get it together. Eyes are watching. All right. That's all I have to say. Until we talk again. Well, that completes another episode of Reality Is, where words do come to life. I hope that you have enjoyed the conversation that we talked about. Please leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you too can know when I upload other videos. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Until we talk again.